Hey everyone, welcome back to MMU Reviews. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now because today we are doing a massive, deep dive, spoiler-free review of a movie that just dropped online. We are talking about The Sheep Detectives. Now, I know a lot of you have been seeing this pop up on your Prime Video home screen and you are probably wondering, is this actually worth my time or is it just another random streaming release? I sat down on my couch this weekend, put it on, and went into it with zero expectations. When you hear a title like The Sheep Detectives, you automatically assume it is just a silly kids cartoon or a cheap animated movie meant to be background noise. But let me tell you, my experience watching this film at home was completely different from what I expected. It caught me completely off guard. In this video, I am not going to spoil anything. I am not going to talk about the twists, the endings, or give away any plot points. Instead, I want to focus purely on my raw, honest reactions, the overall vibe, and how the movie made me feel while watching it. Let us break down why this movie is currently making such a big splash on streaming platforms. Let us talk about what I felt right before I hit play. I remember when the trailers first dropped online. A massive, star-studded cast list popped up on the screen: Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson, Bryan Cranston, Galitzine. My immediate thought was, why are all these high-profile actors doing a movie about detective sheep? It felt like a bizarre concept, and I was genuinely worried it would be a giant, goofy mess. But it hit Prime Video. It was sitting at the top of the trending charts, so I decided to give it a fair chance. I dimmed the lights, grabbed my snacks, and pressed play. The very first sequence instantly changes your mindset. Within the first 5 minutes, the look of the film and the atmosphere it creates tells your brain, oh, wait a second. This isn't a cheap cartoon. This is a beautifully crafted, high-quality piece of cinema. The animation, the colors, and the sheer style felt so premium right from the comfort of my living room. I immediately leaned back, relaxed, and realized I was actually excited to see where this journey was going to take me. It is rare for a streaming release to hook you that quickly just based on its pure visual quality, but this one did it effortlessly. Let us talk about the overall mood and vibe of the film because this is where the movie really wins. It blends two very different genres, a cozy, classic British murder mystery and a funny, charming animal perspective. The best way to describe the feeling of watching this movie at home is like wrapping yourself in a warm blanket on a rainy Sunday afternoon while trying to solve a puzzle. Even though it is a mystery and things get serious, the movie never feels dark, depressing, or heavy. It keeps this constant sense of wonder and lighthearted fun throughout the entire runtime. While watching it, I felt a strong sense of nostalgia. It reminded me of the classic mystery books I used to read when I was younger, but everything is flipped because we are looking at human problems through the eyes of these sheep. The contrast between how humans behave and how animals try to understand humans is incredibly clever. I found myself smiling for almost 40 minutes straight in the first half just because the perspective felt so fresh. The humor is very clean and very smart. It does not rely on loud, obnoxious jokes. Instead, it relies on situational comedy that makes you chuckle naturally. Without revealing any plot points or character arcs, I have to talk about how beautifully written these characters are. Each sheep in the flock has a distinct personality that completely jumps off the screen. You can tell within 2 minutes exactly what a character cares about, what their flaws are, and how they think. Hugh Jackman's presence in the movie acts as this deep, grounded emotional anchor. Even through a screen at home, every time his character is involved, you feel this massive wave of warmth. And the voice acting from people like Bryan Cranston and Emma Thompson is so top tier that you completely forget you are looking at animated animals. You just see them as real individuals with real fears, real friendships, and incredible bonds. My personal reaction to the character dynamics was pure joy. I loved how they bounce off each other. The movie does a fantastic job of showing teamwork. It shows how different personalities, some brave, some scared, some overly logical, and some completely clueless, have to work together to find answers. There is also a little lamb character in the mix that honestly stole my heart. Every single time that little character appeared on screen, it just added so much innocence to the whole vibe. I felt deeply invested in their safety, which is a huge win for any film. Now let us talk about the technical side, specifically how the film moves and sounds, because that plays a huge role when you are watching something on an OTT platform. The pacing is incredibly balanced. The movie runs for just under 2 hours, and it never feels like it is dragging, nor does it feel like it is rushing through things to get to the end. It gives the quiet, emotional moments time to breathe, and when things need to get exciting, the energy picks up naturally. Visually, if you have a good TV at home, this movie is an absolute treat. The landscapes, the greens of the meadow, the textures of the wool, and the way the lighting changes from day to night are incredibly rich and detailed. But for me, the real hidden hero of this movie is the music score. The soundtrack is phenomenal. It uses these beautiful orchestral instruments that build up the mystery vibes perfectly. When the characters are investigating something, the music gets playful and curious. When there is an emotional realization, the music slows down and pulls at your heartstrings. I remember sitting on my couch during a specific mid-movie sequence, just listening to the violins and looking at the scenery, thinking about how rare it is to get a streaming film that feels this wholesome and well-crafted. It trusts the story, it trusts the visuals, and it lets the beautiful music carry you along. As the movie started moving into its final act, I noticed something interesting about my own reaction. I wasn't just sitting there trying to guess the ending like a typical detective movie. I was actually just enjoying the company of the characters. I didn't want the movie to end because I was having such a pleasant, stress-free time in that world. When the final resolutions came together, the emotional payoff felt completely earned. It left me with a massive smile on my face. It is a rare film that can please both kids and adults without alienating either side. It is just a universally good, feel-good cinema experience that translates perfectly to a home viewing setup. So, what is my final verdict here on MMU Reviews? I am giving The Sheep Detectives a solid 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 means this is an absolute must-watch. It loses a couple of points just because some of the human character subplots could have been trimmed slightly, but as a whole package, it is wonderful. It is funny, it is moving, it looks gorgeous, and it is the perfect movie to stream when you just want a great story to lift your spirits. Since it is streaming right now on Prime Video, you don't even have to leave your house to experience it. Go check it out tonight, and then come back to this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you love the cozy vibe as much as I did? Who was your favorite character in the flock? Let us talk down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching MMU Reviews. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks.